Welcome back. Hello. Here we are again. Another week, another live. I am the luckiest person ever to get to come and chat with you guys every week. I really am so grateful that you guys come on over here to join us. We've been doing a lot of planning for what we're going to be doing in the next couple weeks, some different changes we're going to be making. So there's a lot to be looking forward to. And today is one of those days that you'll get to see something new that we have been cooking up in the background. So as people start to join, as always, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're working on. We'd love to hear everything going on. Hi, Mandy. So great to see you back again this week. I got a couple things I do want to talk to you about before we get into the really big news of what's going on. And let me start off by saying, if you're not already subscribed for our email, now is the time you want to go do it. I'm trying to see my calendar, in another week, we're going to have something exciting coming out in emails to email subscribers. So go ahead and sign up now. If you're not already, you can do it over on the website. You can also sign up for our July catalog in the bottom. It's going to have a ton of brand new stuff coming out as well that you'll be able to see there. Hi, Ashley. Great to see you too. I wanted to make sure that I let you, we're also putting the links in the chat. Thanks, Leah. Leah's in the background, as always, helping me out with all those links. I also wanted to tell you that something that we just launched recently is our complete Dishy value pack. And so in the pack, you're going to get 36 balls of Dishy for $99.99, which is a 20% saving. So you're basically getting seven balls of Dishy for free when you go ahead and buy the kit. And so it's giving you one of every of our solid colored Dishys, including those 6 new colors that we recently put out. So it's perfect if you're into making dishcloths for Christmas or holidays or things like that. Grab one of the big kits. You've got all the colors to make with. If you're making bags, if you're making amigurumi, all of these things are really great. You can also check out on the website the patterns that we have for Dishy as well. Good morning, Chris. Great to see you too. And the last thing I wanted to say before we jump into today is a new release day for our Stitch Together official crochet along. The ladies over at Stitch Together Official are doing a year-long crochet along with a new block every 3 weeks. So here we are at another 3 weeks, and you'll get your new pattern. You can exclusively purchase the pattern over on our website. And when you do that, you'll sign up for the newsletter to get notified every time a new block comes out. All you need to do is go back into your library, which you'll create when you go and make your purchase, and your pattern is in there. You'll just refresh it, and the new square will automatically get put into your library so that you can just go ahead and get started on that. So that is always so fun. Yeah, Mandy says, need to catch up on my squares. Hey, it's a really great project though, because you can work on a bunch of them all at once or kind of piece it out however you want to do it. It's a really great project. So, okay, wanted to make sure we talked about that. And now we're ready for the big reveal. If you saw in the title or the announcement of this Facebook Live, you'll know that we're having a baby, or I guess we've already had the baby because launched on Monday, but not a real baby, but baby yarn. It's a baby to us. We've been working very hard on this yarn in the background for quite a while, deciding the content, deciding, the content and the makeup of the yarn, deciding the colors, the palette we were going to do. And we are so excited to finally get to share this with you. And it's just so exciting. I hope you guys love the yarn once you get it in your hand. You can see I filled my box up here with all of it. It's so beautiful. I just want to look at it all the time. The color palette is so different for us. The way that the color looks is just different for us. It's a heathered look. And as we're putting in the links here, it is our Heatherly yarn. And so let me just show this to you real quick. Let me grab one that's all bundled up here. So our Heatherly yarn comes in a hank. So you are going to need like a ball winder and Swift if you don't have one, or you can lay it out on the ground and wind it by hand or ask a partner or the back of a chair. So there are some options for that, but they come in a hank. There's 2 weights. We have our worsted weight and a sport weight. There's 12 different colors. They come in 2 yardage amounts. Let me see if I can find here. These 2 are good. So we have our worsted and our sport. Our worsted weight is 218 yards, which is very, it's the same thing as our Brava. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check before I say that. Yep, Brava is also 218. So these are the exact same yardage that you're going to get. And no, that is not a sport weight. Oh no, where'd my sport weights go? They must all be in the bottom. The sport weight is 300 and something. Maybe Leah can help us and throw that in there. It's 300 and something for the sport weight, 218 for the worsted weight, and they are just beautiful. There are these heathered colors. Oops, kind of blew it out there. We'll go over these in just a minute, but I have a special guest to come in here today to talk to us. It's one of the designers that I was able to twist her arm and get us a design really quick so that we could help launch this yarn in the best way possible. And that is my friend Brianna. So let me bring her on in.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's be honest though, when you sent me a photo of Heatherly, there was no arm twisting necessary. I was like, what is that? I want it. Yes, whatever you're asking. Yes, 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 I'm in. It is gorgeous.
Yeah. So we're very grateful. She's wearing the project that she created. Yeah. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But our Heatherly yarn was created with babies and kids in mind. So we call it our baby yarn. We said we're having a baby with it. And it is, well, we didn't talk about the fiber content. It is acrylic and worsted. So it's an 80% acrylic, 20%. I said worsted. I meant
it's merino. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It is an 80% acrylic, 20% merino wool blend. Yeah. And it is just phenomenal. And I think you can see it too better in the garment that Brianna's wearing, but it kind of has some white in it because of the way it takes the dye with the two different fiber contents.
Gorgeous color variation.
It's lovely.
And it's 328 yards for the sport weight.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, squishy.
So yeah, you totally get a lot. So let's talk about the different colors. So you have one of them there.
Yes, I have agave and I also have butter.
Okay.
The colors are so nice. They're in such a nice tone. There's 12.
Yeah, there's 12 different colors. So we have the agave, the blue one that I've been holding up for you. Let me grab the name on here. This is Cabana. In this beautiful blue. We also have atmosphere. So you could do a dark and a light. We try to do dark and light for everything. Some work better together than others, but we have the two different shades here. And to also go with the green, we have the key lime. So these are not a perfect match together. I know this is coming out a little harsh on here, but you can see it on the website. But they still go well together. And the great thing too is you'll find you can pair these with so many other colors that are in this color palette. We really tried to look at it that way so that if you're making a blanket, especially, you can put colors together. We also have the sea glass, which is a very light, like minty blue. What else do we have in here? We have Sweet Bing. I love this color. This is so beautiful.
And that one will go with the lighter shade, right?
Yep. And then to kind of go with that one, we have Sweetheart. So these two go really well together. But don't forget, like, bring in the mint. You've got a great color palette here. I actually got to test this color out when we first started doing it. And I made a cowl. And it is so soft next to your skin. I'm going to make a garment for my kids in it. Mine are older kids, but they're still young. And so I'm going to make them something. It's perfect to wear against your skin. Like, it's not scratchy.
I'm wearing it.
It's just phenomenal. Like, I can't even tell you how soft this feels and how good it feels. And like, after you start to wash it, which, by the way, because it's mostly acrylic, it's machine washable and dryable. We have thrown it in the wash. We've thrown it in the dryer a bunch of times, and it comes out looking phenomenal every time. We've had no pilling. We've had no shrinkage. Like,
that's amazing. It's perfect for kids.
Yes.
Yes.
How many times do we have to wash everything that our kids are wearing and touching?
All the time.
We also have the lilac. And we have Peach Fuzz, which I really like this one. This one's in a design coming up later in August.
Nice.
And we also have a gray and a white. So we didn't forget that. The gray is called Gravity.
And I love that shade of gray. It goes so well with everything.
and our white is our snowflake. So again, you can do your gray and white, your monochromatic if you want to, but then also like start throwing in one pop of color. You can add any of these colors to make these phenomenal color palettes of everything you've got going on. So I love it.
Speaking of color, I know, and you're talking about matching these all together for color, and you know I love color work. And the entire time I was working with this yarn, because being a designer, I do tend to be critical of yarn. I am very judgy. I'm not going to lie. And I was working with this, and for color work, the best yarn to work with for color work is like a wool. And you can work with acrylics, but in my head, rating this, I rate it very high for using it for color work, mainly because the ply of the yarn, and I can tell it would pop some color work. So if there's a baby blanket you want to do that has a little bit of color work in it, totally, it's going to pop. It's going to help those stitches be defined. It's a great yarn for that. I will be using it for color work eventually. It's super nice.
So we currently have 2 patterns over on the website. We have Brianna's vest, which we'll talk about. We'll do that next. And then we also have a baby blanket that is from Heart Hook Home. She designed a baby blanket for us that's out. And we have coming very soon, we have a chrysalis cardigan, which is a mommy and me set that was from a previous issue. We remade it in Heatherly, and it is just beautiful. So we're getting photos taken of that now. We're going to be launching that on the website so you can see that. We've got things coming. I hope you guys get it in your hands and start working with it because it is phenomenal. It's a great alternative to Brava. We love Brava.
We do.
This is just the OG.
I feel like this is Brava a step up because you don't often see this Heatherly type tones. I love that. It softens the look of it.
Yes.
And I love the ply a bit more. I mean, I really like the ply. It's a bit of a tighter ply. So that's why I think it's also great for definition, for that stitch definition.
Yes. Yeah. And again, as you can kind of see better in this one, you'll see a little bit of white popping through. And again, it's just because it's the 2 fibers being combined and how much of the dye it sucks up. And so you get this beautiful like heathering look to it, which just makes more interest in a design. And I don't want to, not trying to sound snooty, but it kind of makes it a little bit more sophisticated.
It does. No, it does. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. And, you know, the bright colors are really great for kids and baby stuff, but this is like a sophisticated palette. It's going to kind of take you over the edge with your projects. I think it's phenomenal. And we should say it's $5.99, guys.
Yeah,
we were blown away by the price we were able to get on this. $5.99 per hank.
It's crazy.
I don't even know what to say.
Was telling Katelyn this. So when I received the yarn as a preview to design with it, I didn't know what the price point would be. It wasn't on the website yet. And I fell in love with it. And in my head, I'm like, this is going to be at least minimally over $10. That's okay. It's worth it. Like and then when it came out as $5.99, I was like, shut the front door. No way. In 328 yards for the sport weight I told Katelyn how much yarn I needed. And then like, I'm not sad. I have leftover yarn because it went so far. I love it.
Yeah, it totally did. So let's talk about what you're wearing. So
we were talking about mommy and me sets. And this is where I came to, Katelyn asked me to do a design. In my head, I was like, well, I have 2 boys and there's never patterns for boys. And I want to make something for my kids. So that's what I'm going to do. And she's like, okay, fine. And then as I started designing the vest and doing all the math, I was like, I'm doing this to adult. I'm doing this from newborn to adult 5X because I rarely get to participate in mommy and me sets. I just, especially with boys, it's not something you get to come across in the store. Oh, it's so hard. And I want to all the time.
I've got 2 boys too, and they always ask for things to be made for them. And it's like, I have a hard time finding something that doesn't look I don't know, but like something that they're gonna like, and it's going to
like
not homemade. It's gonna look like we got it somewhere.
It's gonna look charming and handsome and like stylish. Right. So then as I was making this, I was like, this would be really cute on a girl. And then he was asleep one night and I was like, get on my measuring tape, making sure everything was working out as planned. And I was like, I just wish I could see it on him. And I've tried on his shirts before because boys' shirts tend to be extremely baggy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was designing for this with an ease for him to wear it over an undershirt because I thought it'd be
Right.
cute with that white collar. So I threw it on and I was like, oh, this is going to be for me too. You have to check out my TikTok or my reel today because I show it on me and then instantly show it on him. So it's all about ease. Whenever you approach any pattern, see how much ease the pattern has. Look at the bust size. And this is a negative ease on me. But as you can see, it looks fantastic. It's fitted. So I went for a fitted look. But if you wanted it looser, you can, that's in the pattern. If you wanted to wear a collar shirt underneath it for a job interview or something like that. And also, look how cute this is.
I
How
love
cute.
it.
I can't handle. Like, I feel like finally I designed a mommy and me set I'm absolutely in love with that could work for either gender.
Yes.
And it's super quick to work up and would be a killer baby gift. Could you imagine like this with cute little baby jeans and like
I
new
know.
baby or even like a tutu? I love the vest with the tutus.
Yes.
So if you are looking, because it's baby shower season, it is.
It is.
If you are looking to just win the baby shower gifts, homemade is the way to go. Cute little
Yes.
outfits. And these are the outfits that they take photos in. Like if someone's going to put their baby in an outfit and take a photo, it's going to be your handmade outfit. That's what's going to happen. Or if you are expecting mommy and me set, it's amazing. I love it. Boy or girl. And this
Yes.
yarn, the tones, I do find the tones really work well for baby.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal. But this color on my 8-year-old son is perfect. He looks so handsome. So handsome. And he likes this one. When I told him as I was making it and I kept trying it on him, he's like, "Is this for me?" And I was like, "Yes, it is." And he was excited, which like that doesn't happen very often.
Right.
So I was super excited. I wish I would have had it done in time for like school photos, the spring school photos, because I would have sent him to school in this. But it's okay. I took photos. Mine are better.
No, I agree with what you're saying on the colors, that a lot of times, especially with kids, they're into brighter colors. And I fully understand that. I fully love it. I'm a color person. I love color. But there's something about going with this type of color where it has that heathered look to it. So it's not so vibrant and like in your face, but there's still phenomenal colors. I mean, my kids, when they saw this, they said, "Oh, is this for me?" Because it's orange. And finding an orange that's like nice is a bit of a challenge.
I thought about that too for family photos.
Yes.
Thinking about like, because same with my kids. If I gave them the choice, they would show up to family photos in a Minecraft shirt. That's just what would happen. And it has all those vibrant greens and orange and red.
Yes.
And these are great for family photos because I find you could really match your outfit to it or your kids.
Right.
Like you can really match pants really easy. It's not too vibrant that it's really easy to match other outfits too. And I love that about it. I found it went with so much in my wardrobe. So much.
It really does. It does. I mean, the colors are just phenomenal. I'm trying to pull them all out here so
and
we
you
can
wouldn't have thought so, but yesterday I was kind of lazy when I filmed my little Instagram. You have to go see my Instagram video with my son. I was wearing like mustard colored shorts because it's just what I had on. They're cozy and comfortable. And I was running out of time. I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And I threw this on. This looked good with mustard colored shorts. So it really can go with anything.
Yes. Okay. So here, let's see if I can do this. We've got all, no, too close. We've got all 12 of, I always go backwards, but we've got all 12 of the colors. You can see how perfectly they can all just go together. You can really find something that you're going to love. Excuse me. Personally, I'm into the gray.
Oh, I always love gray.
I like the gray so much because it's a lighter gray. It's not super dark. And I can put it together with every single color in the collection of colors and make something beautiful. I like it too. So sneak peek, guys, we're working on some mommy and me projects that are coming up. And that was the biggest thing is how do you make it mommy and me without having the exact same color? Because again, kids like bright colors. I want a little bit more muted. So you can pick gray that ties you together and then throw in your pop of color.
Look how well even this. So these are two very different tones, but they look great together. Like it's everything does pair really nicely. And I don't even know why I chose these colors. I was like, those look great. I think they're now I want all the colors. But yeah, Joy commented earlier. I wanted to give Joy a shout out. Thank you so much. Yeah, he did look cute in those photos. Also, there's a cute little Sheltie puppy. I snuck in one photo on the WeCrochet website. I couldn't help myself.
Everybody wants their doggy too.
Yes, I had to sneak in a photo. I mean, it was showing the back of the vest, so we got to get that. And the puppy's head is over the shoulder, and he matches the colors really well.
Yeah,
so, it goes with everything, even puppies.
Yes, it does. Joy is asking about the baby blanket. Leah, since you're kind of out there, could you throw in that link for the baby blanket we do have on the website right now? Took a different approach on the colors. We've got the butter in there, or not the butter. What color is this called?
It's 4 different colors, I think.
Yeah, we've got the butter in there. I'm pretty sure it went with the orangey color, which is our peach fuzz. And I think we threw in a green in there. So it's really beautiful what you can do with all of these colors. Oh, not mommy and me, but grandbabies and me.
Yes, for sure. Or siblings. I definitely I love matching my siblings together. I told them yesterday in the car that when they, like, if they want a Mother's Day gift for me when they're 30 or 40, I just want them to show up on Mother's Day brunch wearing the exact same thing. That's all I want. Yeah, that's all I want. I love matching.
Yes, my kids are still into that, so we're good for now.
I'm trying to fight it.
Oh, here we go. Mandy says that's a great tagline. It goes with everything, even puppies. I think we're going to have to put that and put that up on the website.
Yes. It is fun.
Okay, let's speak a little bit about the fact. I know you've worked with a ton of different yarns throughout all of your designs and everything. And, you know, we've talked about it's a step up from Brava. You know, Brava is our full 100% acrylic. This is bringing in some wool. It's a merino wool, so it's a super soft wool. It's getting you to branch out a little bit more if you haven't already. But now we're going from a skein to a hank. Right. So what do you have advice-wise for people with maintaining it, like storing it? I've got mine in a bin.
Yep, I've got some stuff.
You wind it, stuff like that.
So, first off, I do love Brava. It's one of my favorite go-tos, but this is a different yarn to work with. And if you ever happen to come across, like, sometimes people ask me questions or questionnaires and they'll say, what is your favorite yarn? And I tend to not necessarily go by brand, but you'll hear me say merino wool. That's what I say every time. I love merino wool. So this having merino wool in it, if you're not familiar with merino, it is like the best wool. I mean, I'm not going to even hide it. It is the best. And it has so many amazing properties and is the softest wool. So when you think wool, don't think scratchy. Merino is the softest wool possible. It's Mother Nature's like amazing gift to us. As far as like working with a hank, here's the thing. If you've never ever worked with a hank, don't let that stop you from buying it. When I first started out, I didn't have a ton of supplies like all of us. And I bought a hank and it felt scary, but it shouldn't, because even if you don't have supplies, this is for you. Don't think you can't buy this because you don't have a yarn swift or anything like that. Buy it. What I do is I either use, like before I had my supplies, I'd use like the back of the chair right here and I'd wrap it around and this chair swivels and I would just wind it in a ball as my chair swiveled. It's an easy thing to do. Or if you've got a really good friend or a kid who was willing to, they can kind of hold it like this. You grab one of the ends and you're just going to wind it into a ball. It's a fun adventure. It's totally fine. I don't advise trying to work from this. No. It is scary. It will get tangled, no doubt. So definitely wind it by hand into a ball. You're going to do that a few times. It's totally fine. I don't think you should feel pressured to buy a yarn winder at all. Try out the yarn. However, you're going to fall in love with everything in a hank. And then you're going to buy a yarn swift, which is on sale right now on WeCrochet. They have a kit. They have a set where you're going to go ahead and get everything you need to work with this yarn stress-free, including like a yarn bowl. I don't know if Leah can throw up that link. I threw it on my blog this morning because it's such a nice kit. So if you're looking, the next time somebody says, you know, what do you want for Mother's Day? What do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? That is on your list. Like 100%, you will love it. Mine's around here somewhere. But when you have, it's going to hold your yarn. Like the Swift is going to hold your yarn really well. And then you're going to pull it to your winder and you're going to have so much fun winding it. Your kids will want to wind it. My kids will wind my yarn for me for free. So they won't pick weeds, but they will wind my yarn.
I know my youngest comes up, he goes, Mommy, do you have any yarn I can wind?
It is a really fun activity. And then a yarn ball is also really nice when they're in cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you've wound it by hand into a ball, a yarn ball helps it kind of stay there. So it's easy to work with on the couch, or even if you're sitting next to a side table. The one thing I will say though, is do not wind it until you're ready to use it.
Yeah.
The reason why is when we use a winder, it can sometimes slightly change the properties of the yarn. And if it sits in a ball all really, really tight, it might add a little bit of stretch to that yarn that we may not want long term. So it's best to wind it and use it. And like, you're fine to wind it and use it within a couple weeks. You know, don't stress over it. But I do not wind these and like set them on the shelf for 6 months to 2 years down the road. Right. Leave them in hanks until you're ready to work with it. It'll just help keep those wonderful bounce back, squishy properties of the yarn.
Yes. Yeah. I also find myself double winding, that I'll wind it directly off my Swift. And like you're saying, sometimes it gets really tight. And rather than trying to like control the tension as I'm winding it, the first time I'm just getting it off the Swift. And then sometimes I'll rewind it a second time, because once it's in the cake, it comes out with less tension because it doesn't have to spin. So that is an option too, if you're seeing that it's tight. We do have a question for you. Know you live in Florida. How does wearing that vest as a tank top feel in the humidity?
Okay. I'm ready for that question because we got some strong humidity today. And I wore this. I mean, people watched yesterday. I swear I do change my clothes, but I wore this most of the day yesterday. And I'm back in it for this call because I want to show it off. I'm so proud of it. Better with merino. I know it only has a 20% merino blend, but I would rather wear this over 100% acrylic. Also in the sport weight, it's a really light yarn. It's not too thick. So it's not like this layer is super thick. And merino wool has a natural property, kind of like Nike's air whisking technology, that they have all those workout clothes that whisks the sweat away. That's merino. Mother Nature gave us that naturally. Merino wool helps control temperature a bit better. So by having that merino blend, I feel like this breathes so much better than just your 100% acrylic. I actually said that to Katelyn before we got on this call, because normally I would be, if I had something on like a sweater or anything, I'd be sweating in my office, it'd be dripping down, because my office is probably 80 degrees right now. It's really warm in here, but I am comfortable in this. And that is not that common for me in Florida. So I like this. I went outside with the dogs. I was completely comfortable. Kind of a surprise for me because I wouldn't have totally expected that with only 20% merino, but I'm pleasantly surprised by it. I found that it's a nice yarn to work with. So if you're in humidity, definitely this is a choice. This is now a choice that's on our list. And I know sometimes it can feel like a small list of yarns. This is a choice to work up something during like these hotter months during humidity. My son did not complain at all. He was fine with this, which is shocking because my children love to complain about everything. So like all children do. He put it on. He went like this and he's like, this is nice. I'm like, isn't it? Yeah, he loves it. So even he will wear it. And if he got sweaty or whatever, it'd be fine. I'm good. I'm like feeling my stomach. I'm good. If there's not a lot of sweat happening, which normally would be the case. So in Texas,
and
try it.
I think too, it's a great jumper yarn, because like we were saying, it's only 20% merino wool. So it's still a low percentage. So if you've never worked with wool before, or if you think that, it tends to be scratchy for you or whatever else, still give this a try. Just try one hank of it if that's all you're going to do.
People are going to try it and then be like, oh, I love wool. And I'll be like, no, you love Heatherly.
Yeah. I mean, I too am not a big scratchy wool person. There's definitely more scratchy wools that I tend to stay away from. Like I said, when we were testing this out, I wanted to feel how soft it was next to your skin, because we were going to be doing this for babies.
Not scratchy at all.
No, I made a cowl. I wore it all winter. No problems. It gets softer as you wear it and, clean it and wash it and everything else. So it's so phenomenal. Denise has a question about yardage. The worsted weight is 218 yards, which is the exact same as our Brava. And our sport weight is, 328. 328 yards for the sport. So 2 weights, 12 colors.
Yeah, which is fabulous because
there's no way you won't.
I fell in love. Especially if you do live in warmer climates, having a sport weight option is incredible. And these colors, they're worsted or sport. They're just on par with everything. And
Yeah.
I definitely will be designing with this in the future for color work for two reasons. One, it's not scratchy and it's like going to still give me that stitch definition. And the other reason is because a lot of the sweaters I do, I love using wool because it just looks so good in color work, but I can't wash it very easily.
That's right.
So this is super exciting to me because this is hitting and marking all my check boxes for the best of the best for doing color work. And I think that'd be really cute.
Yep. And it's wash and dryable. We've tested it out because of all the acrylic in it. No pilling, no shrinkage, no stretching. Everything comes out great. We did dry it with dryer balls once. We tried it with dryer sheets. Both worked out really well. So you'll be good however you're going to do it.
And I don't know if this is a really simple stitch repeat. If we can see that stitch definition is my favorite part about it. I just love how those stitches really pop and show, because some yarn, it doesn't, like Bravo wouldn't show as well of a stitch definition using these stitches, because these are very basic, fun stitches. And that's why I really think it'd be great for color work. I love it. Yeah. I'm so excited about it. I want more.
Mandy, I'm not going to guarantee there will never be any pilling. Okay. Yarn typically has a little bit pilling as the fiber rubs together, but after washing it a couple times and drying it, we didn't have, some yarns just pill out like crazy.
You keep saying this, and I feel like I'm going to test it with this because I'm curious. It doesn't shrink at all. That's just,
we didn't have any problems with it. So
I might be putting it to the test.
Yeah. So low pill. We'll go with that one. But go ahead and try it out. $5.99 per hank. That's the same price for both the sport and the worsted. So you can grab either one of those. I do want to say, as we kind of wrap up here, we have a giveaway going on. It's not going to be here today. It's going to be over on Instagram. We're going to pick 3 winners, and you'll get to pick the color and the weight that you want to use of Heatherly, and you will win 3, I believe it's 3, hanks of Heatherly if you are one of our chosen winners. So
you know what? I think people should make this best. Let's throw that pattern on there too for 3 people.
Awesome. I am totally game for that.
Let's do it. Let's throw it on there. You will also get a copy of this pattern.
Cool.
Because it's so fun. I was really surprised too. If you jump over, look at all the colors, you'll find this pattern at the bottom. The price point to make it is amazing.
Yes. You're going to love it, guys. Trust me, or don't trust me. Trust Brianna, or just try it for yourself and trust yourself. But I think you're going to fall in love with this once you get your hands on it. Again, the color palette, I just can't get over it. It is so beautiful. It's sophisticated for a child. It can go into these mommy and me sets so seamlessly. And I just think you guys are going to love it. Go check it out. Try it out. Grab one of the patterns. We've got more patterns coming, so keep your eyes open for that as we go. And I know as designers start to pick this up, they're going to be all over it.
I'm already plotting. I am plotting more. Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me today to share this wonderful new yarn. I am so excited about it. Again, I know I keep saying that, but this is a labor of love for me to create, the process of going through this. I am beyond stunned with how it turned out. I can't wait to make everything in it and everything else. Don't forget to go check out the giveaway over on Instagram. There's a link in the comments that you can go check out there. And again, if you didn't sign up for our email already, you're going to want to do that because something special is coming out soon. And also our catalog. We have our July catalog coming out, and there's a bunch of new things in there as well. So thank you so much, Brianna. Thank you to everybody else who joined us today. We'll be back next week with a lot of fun new things. We've got a lot of new things coming out next week again. So hopefully you'll be back to check it out with us too. So thanks, guys. See ya.